Hey, welcome. This is the Readathon wrap up for September. It wasn't supposed to go up today. I had a reading vlog planned, the Words and Kisses blind date with a book for Halloween. Unfortunately, I don't think that'll be up until the 25th, and I don't know if they'll still be on sale then, which is why I'm mentioning it. Um, but yeah, I took part in two readathons last month, the Buzzwordathon and the Seasonathon, and unfortunately I forgot that there were forms to fill out, and so I did not do that. So technically it doesn't count, but I read two books for it, so we're going to count it. For the Buzzwordathon, I pick a short story, a free one on Tor, and I read it either in the first week or the last week. And this time it was Across the Dark Water by Richard Cadre, which was really interesting. It is post-apocalyptic, and it is this man's journey to try and get out of the city, which was shut down because of a pandemic, a plague, and it is really interesting because it's kind of like a story of two halves, and I did enjoy the journey, but when we got to like the destination, that really made things so interesting. The first book that I read for the Seasonathon is The Red Palace by June Hur, and this was my first book by this author, but I have been following her newsletter for years, so shame on me. I loved it. In fact, it was a book group pick, and everyone seemed to love it. Um, like, as a collective, we don't tend to like YA that much, and it really surprised people that this was YA. For my part, I had to go with the audiobook, and I didn't dislike. Okay, maybe that's not entirely true. I thought the narrator was like very good and very skilled, but I thought that her voice didn't fit the character. She was older and made her sound older, sound a little bit more savvy, a little bit more world wise, and that was a bit of a shame. I really liked the mystery. I'm really getting into like crime and mysteries, um, and it is like mostly to do with like historical books like this, and Jeannie Lynn's Pink Lee series. They're so good. They're so good. But I'm also like saying that because I'm not necessarily the most genre savvy. Um, I did not see the twists and turns. It was great. It was fantastic. And I also really liked Hyun and Ojin's relationship. It was really interesting, and they made a great team. Hey, from editing, I realised I forgot to talk about a character who was mentioned a lot in the newsletter, and who made me quite nervous because he's an actual historical person. And yeah, in the end, I was kind of happy to see that I found it quite sensitive, the portrayal, and I feel like that was also a consensus. But yeah, it didn't shy away from atrocity, and it didn't rob him of his humanity either. I should also say that is a standalone because the one we're going to talk about now is kind of a standalone but also part of a series because it's romance. And that was Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. Now, I read this in under, I think, 20 hours, and I did it in a haze of pain, but it was fantastic. And I had kind of been dreading it, I'm going to be honest. Like, everybody, I've never heard anyone say a bad word about this book or this author, but it deals with like abuse and is very explicit and graphic, and like not between the couple, um, but it does. Yeah, it's graphic. It was not the most fun read, especially like coming off of the tale of She Said. which was detailing like the Harvey Weinstein case. Um, but the relationship was done so well, I kind of didn't have a choice but to fall in love with it. Yeah. So I gave it 4 stars, and I will definitely be picking up more in the series. And I might even reread it at some point, but it's a lot. It is a lot. And that was last month. Obligatory self promo that I went traveling at the end of last month, and so there's a travel vlog on my channel. Maybe flashing warning, I'm not sure like the frequencies for people, but maybe. Um, and yeah, that's it, I think. Thank you for watching. Bye.